And welcome back, everyone, to episode 44 of the Sports Coach Podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm alongside my co host, Vince. And luckily, we're back to a little bit more interesting stuff going on this week. It hasn't been a good weekend so far for my Yankees. We keep on approaching the NFL season. Preseason is starting in just a couple months. We are having our first in person episode next week. So that is coming up. And NBA Finals and NHL Finals have started. So this much better week.
Oh yeah. I mean, compared to last week, I don't even want to talk about it. I just miserable. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hey, but
So
listen, we're both on summer break, so
that too.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah. We're around now, pumping out a lot more content, and of course
Well,
we're
I
gonna.
mean, not
Yeah.
not these last couple days. As of
Yeah.
recording, it's Saturday. I have not really come out with a lot, but tonight there'll be something. I promise.
But of course, when we're together next week, we're gonna have a ton of stuff, and I'm excited. We're
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
We're ready. Um, so as always, we're gonna get started with the NFL because this week there is NFL. Um, this is the first big thing. Justin Jefferson, whose future is kind of up in the air for a little bit with the Vikings, and he saw a lot of guys getting massive wide receiver contracts and stuff like that. He is signing a 4-year, $154 million extension with the Vikings. So this kind of solves a lot of problems for, I think, the Vikings and Justin Jefferson and a lot of other wide receivers in the league who are now Justin Jefferson has set a standard for what they should be paid. And, this also could affect your Dolphins with Tyreek Hill. He could potentially be looking to move.
Not no, not
Really?
whatsoever. No, he publicly said that he didn't want more money. He wants to stay in Miami. He wants to help out the team. He doesn't want he'll take a pay cut. Like, he does not care about the money. He said it strictly on it. It was on JPA football. To be actually, I didn't want to put it, but yeah, it's not going to affect him whatsoever. But who it's going to affect is guys like Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, and I think that's who we really should be talking about, you know?
Yeah, and I think also there's just a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of receivers out there who are now going to want a deal like this, and especially these young receivers who are trying to stay with their teams. Like we could see something like this for potentially Tank Dell in the future, who looked very strong last year. And like this is obviously far in the future once these rookie contracts are up and stuff. But these extensions are going to become a big thing in the NFL. And again, we've talked about this last couple weeks. It's the changing landscape, and so yeah, it's gonna be crazy, and a lot of money. A lot of money is now going to be pumped into the offense. So we'll see what the defense thinks of this. Um. So again, another big offensive signing, and this is huge for the running backs. Again, they've been, uh, especially last year, they were complaining a lot about the size and amount they've been getting in their contracts. And a lot of running backs this year were able to prove it, and now you see Saquon Barkley getting a big deal with the Eagles earlier this year, and you see a lot of running backs moving around this offseason. But Christian McCaffrey is going to stay where he is with a 2-year, $19 million extension. And for running back, I think that's huge. And I think that again, is going to set a standard for what running backs could be making or be requesting in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always been a lot of issues with running backs, the last couple of years especially, but I do think Christian McCaffrey, he came to the 49ers, I think, what, last year or so, or not last season, but the season before that. So I mean, he found his happy place. He had dealt with so much in Carolina. He had no playoff success whatsoever. And I understand they did go to the Super Bowl and lost, but that doesn't mean anything. This team will be back. We know what they're capable. They have Brock Purdy. I feel like this team is very good. And just making the signing, is going to lead for a lot of running backs to get paid. And not just that, but, especially the 49ers helping out their best player.
Yeah, and the 49ers, first of all, needed this. They need to lock down a guy who has done a lot for them already in just 2 short seasons with them. And yeah, this is huge. Now, um, what I mean, a lot of running backs moved this year, so I don't think there's a lot of running backs in that same position right now where they're looking for that. But is there anyone you think that could come next as a running back with a contract like this?
In mind, not really, but I do want to make a little take here. I like making takes. That's all about me. All right. So listen, Andrew, I do think Joe Mixon's gonna have a hell of a year. Nonetheless, I think he's gonna have a good rest of his career. Trust me, he's gonna be someone that you want to get paid. I listen. We can come back on this in a couple of years, but I just think for right now, coming to this season, I think Joe Mixon should have a stellar season. Just a take.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Joe Mixon, right? This is what even is his contract right now? Actually, because I want to.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, I remember we talked about it a couple episodes. We didn't know what his contract
So
was.
he got 3-year, $25 million extension with the Texans, going off of his Bengals contract. So he got one of these extensions, but Christian McCaffrey already, although he is the better running back and he obviously deserves more money, I think already he could have done better instead of signing this extension that early. And now he's going to have to prove himself for the next 3 years if he wants to be making the kind of Christian McCaffrey money that he was making.
Well, I mean, I think every running back has to, and we talk about youngsters. I mean, I don't want to say. I know I always talk about the Dolphins. Sorry, but listen, Devon Achane, I feel like is someone who we haven't been. I mean, even when we did play him, he was amazing. He would have definitely won Rookie of the Year without a doubt. But listen, I know we had Raheem Mostert play most of the snaps. It was kind of 75, 25%. Just how it was different. They took some snaps, some didn't. But I think Achane and some of these guys that are just coming into the league are people that we're gonna have to watch out for, especially when it comes to getting paid. And I feel like even as a Dolphins fan, I don't think Achane's gonna stick along. Longer than I expect. I mean, when we talk about running backs, they have a lot of running backs. So I just don't know how it's gonna work out.
Well,
Thinking of the Dolphins,
eventually, a
but
guy with that caliber
is gonna go to a team
potential
like
is going to.
yeah. I mean, yeah, just like Christian McCaffrey went somewhere else. I feel like that's yeah. I mean, that's a good discussion to say. I mean, yeah, but I
Well,
like that.
yeah. If you have that type of um, potential and you've already started to prove it, you're going to want playing time. It's as simple as that. Any athlete wants playing time, and especially if you're good and that you started to prove that you're good, like he has, he's going to be gone within the next 2 years. And now we see that players can just refuse to show up to practice and then they can get traded. So
Yeah, man. Yo, Brandon Ayuk is about to get fined or something like that for not showing up to practice. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god.
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, listen, yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but um, yeah. When it comes to running backs, they do not have as much power as some other players in just on the offense, especially like compared. If a running back doesn't show up to, if one of your wide receiver ones or twos doesn't show up to practice, well, that's an issue. Like with Brandon Ayuk and stuff like that. So yeah, but
But
running backs,
I mean,
running backs, and they've been complaining about this for years. Running backs are not getting the credit they deserve.
yeah. And they definitely are the ones getting hit the most. I know quarterbacks is
Yeah.
probably the toughest position to play, but when we think about running backs, they are, they're risking their life or their health at least. I mean, they're the ones getting hit every damn time. So, I mean, they deserve the money if anything, other than quarterbacks and receivers.
Oh, definitely. And yeah. But also, you have to perform. And it's as simple as that. You can't be complaining about not being paid if you're not performing. And running backs need to refine their play styles more and they'll get paid, which has started to happen with Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley and stuff like that. But if you're not playing well, there's no need for a running back really, especially
I mean,
very
listen, Andrew. I
strong
think
hands.
it can go for how the play style is also. I mean, it depends on each team, and I know this doesn't really make any sense, but it depends who really needs a running back and if they're really going to be useful. Then, like for example, like if say like there's a offense that really doesn't use the running back whatsoever, then there's no point of getting like such a really good running back, and then he's
There's
like,
no
yeah,
point paying
demand
for it.
demand me, I want money. There's no point of paying for him. So I feel like for certain teams that use the running back position, for, like West Coast offenses like the Dolphins, the 49ers. I feel like those are teams that deserve a running back. And that's why they have so many running backs on their team, because they like to use them as weapons. That's who
But
I
now,
think should be
yeah.
getting paid by teams like that.
But now teams actually, I want to check who has the least. What's starting? I don't know how I'm gonna find this, but what starting running back had the least attempts last year, because that will kind of show something about what type of teams. Least rushing attempts for starting running back. I don't know how I'm gonna find this, but let's see how I can do this. Okay, attempts. All right,
Falcons, I think.
the least. Let's see.
I
See,
think
don't
it's his
know.
Falcons. I mean, well, 2023 NFL. Let me see.
Who was the starting Panthers, RB?
I know they have Hubbard, but I don't know. Oh, I found them all. I found it. Wait, let me
Oh,
just.
you
I have
found
to.
it? Actually?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just have to calculate because it looks like Seahawks have one of the least. Let's see
I
where
see Saints
Falcons are.
having one of the least as well.
Let's see Falcons though. Oh no, Falcons had a lot. Never. I don't know what I'm saying. What? Okay, wait. I actually think it's either the Bengals, which makes sense because Joe Mixon didn't really get to play much. Commanders, I think.
I'm seeing.
I see Commanders. I don't. Where's Saints at? No,
No,
Saints. Oh no,
Commanders.
nothing compared to
Commanders
it.
have two. Commanders had two running backs, so they split time between um, Brian Robinson and
Right. Yeah.
what's
And
his
Brian
name?
Robinson's someone who I think is going to get paid eventually. Also,
Brian Robinson did. I
yeah.
picked him up for my fantasy team.
Listen.
And he was
Yeah.
he was
And
crazy.
coming off that obviously he got shot. But he came back like in like 3 weeks, a month, or something like that. I find that
So
insane.
this is interesting. Derrick Henry had the most attempts, which it's the Titans that shows something about their
Running
their
capability.
their running capability. But let's just see. How would I figure this out?
I don't know, but I mean, I think we can just go based off of like worst offenses in general. I mean, the Vikings didn't really have a great year on the offensive side of the ball, so I mean, they're also another team that we can talk about like that. Seahawks either. I mean, no, that's not really true. Kenneth Walker had a good year. Who really didn't have a good year on the running back, running side of the ball?
Who was the starting Bears?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Was it Khalil Herbert?
Khalil Herbert, right? Yeah.
It looks like he might have the least of any starter.
Well, I mean, they resolved it. They got DeAndre Swift. They're fine. I feel like there's certain teams, and what we see like this is the Bears. Listen, the Bears got a running back because just in case, they're gonna have to use the running capability, like the Titans did a lot. Say Caleb Williams doesn't have a very good first couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like getting a running back is good, but I mean, it just depends how much you paid him. If you're paying him a little too much than he deserves, and you're just gonna abuse the passing game like I do on Madden, what the hell's the point of getting a running back?
Exactly. And what is the point of the Dolphins paying for 10 of them?
Well, 13 or let me tell you, 11 receivers, 3 running backs, 1 fullback. Chill, but I think we cut down on the roster to a couple receivers. Taj Washington. All right, I won't go into.
Weren't you a little over the salary cap this year too, though?
Yeah, we got rid of it. Christian Wilkins, we got rid of.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You completely cleared, and then you.
No, but that's completely fine. Did you not see what we did in free agency? It was insane.
Yeah, no, so. I know. You got all the Bills guys.
Oh,
because they really had to
Jordan Poyer.
All right. Next up, Seahawks. It's continuing free agency, which is I don't know how there's still guys left out here. The Seahawks signed PJ Walker. I don't know.
He had a good. Well, I mean, I think he played in Carolina, the Browns. I mean, I remember he had like that one game winning or game tying.
Browns last year.
Yeah, I remember 2 years ago he was playing with Carolina. He scored like a game tying or game winner.
Ooh,
With
sad.
what's his name, with DJ Moore. DJ Moore caught it, took off his helmet, then got it like a penalty, and then they called back the touchdown. I don't even know. It was a little crazy, but either way, that's. I think PJ Walker still has capability. I mean, look where he came from. He came from I think the XFL.
Yeah,
Now he's an
but
NFL quarterback. So I
but
mean,
but his completion rate is awful.
well, I feel like he gets lucky once in a while though.
Especially
You know.
last year though. All right, one touchdown, 5 interceptions, 48% completion rate, and
Oh
six
yeah,
hundred
if you're not
six
having
hundred
above like 50 or 60, I mean I don't
six
think
yeah,
it's
674 yards in 6 games. He started 2 games. That's not good.
yeah. I mean I don't think the Seahawks are
How
really
much
gonna
did they
use
sign
him
him
though.
for? How much did they
Don't
sign him
know.
for?
I don't think it's much though. I mean, I wouldn't think so.
If they're dropping more than a couple million on him a year, that's not gonna work. Um, it doesn't even. It doesn't even say.
Mm.
But can I just see how much they?
Okay, all right.
This is not great.
Whatever.
Tell me how much they signed him for, please. Whatever.
You know,
Doesn't matter.
wow. All right.
I assume it's not a lot, and I would hope it's not a lot. Um, yeah, I don't know. He's not good. He's not going to be a long-term solution for the Seahawks as a
Yeah. That's why he's a backup. That's why he's a backup. Yeah.
yeah, not going to be. But I don't think he's even going to be a good backup either. I mean, you know how many
Jeez.
you remember how many backups the Browns went through last year?
Yeah, but well, that's just because Deshaun Watson was hurt. I mean, none of
Yeah,
these
but
guys would have had any
none of them
opportunity.
worked. None of them worked, and he especially did not work.
Yeah, just like Tommy DeVito didn't work.
Well, he got the job done for a little bit.
I think he had like 2 wins.
I don't remember. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to have a good fundamental backup who's able to step in, who can do stuff. And we had that with Tyrod Taylor. He went down. Great. But yeah, now we have that. I mean, so Tommy DeVito is not. But now we have that with Drew Lock, and he's gonna be, I think, a capable backup. And he was the Seahawks guy. We took him from the Seahawks. So yeah. Who's your backup QB?
Skylar Thompson and Mike White.
Mike White. Mike White in. Oh,
Mike White's amazingly better than your whole team, all your quarterbacks. Mike White and Skylar
you're
Thompson
paying
are
him
better than.
$4 million a year.
Why? Yeah, because you know what? He deserves it. Mike White is a baller.
Mike White. Jeez. I mean, listen. Mike White. Mike White. What's he been up to, really? I mean, I remember the whole Jets.
Okay. What the hell's going on? All right. Well, while you keep yapping, let's see. My new haircut. It's very nice, elegant. Thank God I got a buzz. I just cannot do it with that damn hair in the background. You know, I don't know. I was thinking about getting a fade. I got a little fade here, little fade here. They didn't do me right on the back though, and I'm really scared to show everyone. But
Finn,
yeah.
I have a question
Sorry.
I have a question about the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Who played QB when Tua went down twice?
Skylar Thompson. I was at that
Actually?
game. I was at that game against the Jets. We went to the playoffs for the first time in like 7 years.
And then
We lost by 2 points.
poor Tua.
And then the year after that, we lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Poor Tua. Anyway. Right. Oh, okay. You know what? This one's a fun one. This one's a fun one. But before we discuss it, did they do this on purpose, choosing those two teams?
No, I mean, they just chose it maybe out of maybe because they thought the green flag of Brazil. You know how Brazil has their green. Maybe they just picked it because of that. But I don't
So
know.
go
They should
ahead.
have done the research.
Go ahead.
The Eagles will play against the Packers in Brazil, but neither team can wear green. Um, because of Corinthians, the club that plays at the stadium in Sao Paulo, has banned the color green because their rival wears it. I mean, this is just I don't even listen. As a NFL spectator, I just want to put my opinion on it. I think the NFL should have done their research and knowing South American soccer, it's bigger than any sport in America, to be honest with you, and their rivalries are huge. I mean, you look at Argentina, those riots. These people are legit. They're not joking around. So, I pray for the Eagles and the Packers because they might be the worst uniform
Do
matchup
they
of all time.
have? Do they have other uniforms?
Yeah, they
Like,
have. The Packers have their brown and yellow, and the Eagles have their blue
right.
and
They're
yellow. But they can't bring those back. That's like impossible.
wait,
So
but
they're a little screwed.
the Eagles only have white and green.
No, they have their blue and yellow from like 2000 when Michael Vick played.
Oh, are they gonna have to wear those?
That's gonna be the worst uniform matchup of all time. But
Wait, are
but
they?
Andrew, I mean, you agree with
Wait,
me?
but are
Like,
they allowed? Are they allowed to just add uniforms during the season?
I don't think so. But listen,
So
um,
how is this gonna work?
exactly. I think the NFL, like I said, should have done some more research. Should have really, paid attention to what's going
By the
on
way,
because Brazil doesn't mess around, and neither does
have
South
they
America.
officially said that they're not gonna um wear them?
No, they have to. It's like you just have to. I mean, listen, it's the NFL's fault for having especially these two teams play. Maybe they, yeah, like I said again, like maybe they did it because yeah, green is one of in the flag. It is not. It doesn't really matter about that. It's huge. Like soccer in Brazil and Argentina, especially Brazil, like is insane. I mean, I don't know. Especially Corinthians. That's like the biggest club in Brazil. Besides, I forgot the team that Neymar played for, which I can't think of the top of my head. But yeah, Corinthians is huge in Brazil, so would not be surprised if something goes down. To be honest with you,
I don't.
I mean, Andrew, do you think something should have happened a little differently when choosing the Packers and the Eagles in Brazil?
I don't. Here's the deal. This is a different sport. The NFL has agreed with the stadium to do this. We're bringing the NFL to Brazil for the first time. Um, there's fan bases there who want to see it. We've expanded the game there, and I'm all for tradition. You know that. We've talked about this with the Yankees and stuff. But at this point, and I understand they're completely serious about it, all that kind of stuff. At this point, this should not be an issue that the NFL should have to deal with. And great, I would love to
Yeah.
see the Eagles and Packers bring back those old
Yeah,
uniforms
but it's not.
and
It's
stuff like
listen. It's
that.
not really about that. I think it's again, like I said. I don't know if it's commissioner's fault, the NFLPA, whoever decided to bring it to Brazil. You should have done your research. That's all
But
you
I
got to
think,
put it because
but
especially in Brazil and like South America because and I get it. Yeah, maybe you could have done it somewhere where I mean, yes, I understand that the stadium where Corinthians plays, they accepted it. They said yes, yeah, of course, but that doesn't mean the stadium is not allowing it. The fans,
great, the NFL should have done their research. I agree. It's the NFL. Just let them do their thing. Let it go over. Great. And again, I would love to see them wear bring back those old uniforms. And I mean, they're awful uniforms, but you'd like to see variety now, and it would be cool to see that happen. But you can't just tell fans of the
yeah, but
NFL
I know
potentially. But
exactly.
you can't tell Philadelphia fans traveling there to watch their team play in Brazil for the first time, to watch any team play in Brazil for the first time, that they just can't wear green. And
Well,
that's an
that's the
issue.
NFL's
And
fault.
now that's an issue that the NFL has to figure out. This is their fault. If they want their fans to go and enjoy this game, they have to figure this out. I don't know how they're gonna figure this
Yeah,
out. They can't
I
exactly
completely
tell
agree,
people.
but
And
I
also,
completely agree, but something's
you're
gonna
telling
happen.
me you're telling me the NFL isn't going to be trying to sell merchandise during this
I think,
game?
yeah, exactly.
They have to. That's how they're going
Yeah,
to make money off of this. They're going to be selling jerseys
yeah,
outside.
to the fans. Yeah, I mean, I think I would love to see the uniforms, but something should happen differently.
Something should have happened differently from the start. But I guess that means that. But also, this isn't soccer. This is American football. And
Doesn't
the
matter,
NFL,
Andrew.
the
Doesn't
NFL,
matter.
the NFL is going to do their thing. They're going to try their best to figure this out, but it's not exactly like they can now just postpone the game after they've been selling tickets for a while. I don't know how they're going to fix this. It's an issue that they have now. It's definitely an issue, and it's something that they need to figure out. But it's not exactly like they're going to create like a war plan solution for this. So I don't know how this is going to work, and there's going to need to be some sort of deal made.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right. Still in the NFL, Darren Waller has officially announced his retirement today. I'm happy. The Giants get cap space. We give a chance to some of the younger tight ends. The one we just drafted this year, Daniel Bellinger, and those guys. I'm excited to see them get more playing time because last year Bellinger looked sharp out there, and I think that he has a lot of potential. And obviously, best of luck to Waller. We only spent 1 year with him, a lot of injuries, stuff like that, but he did his part, and now we can hopefully go out and bolster the offensive line or get a defensive back or something like that. That will really help us out. But as always, best of luck to Darren Waller in retirement. Congratulations on an amazing career, and enjoy playing golf every day. That's what I feel like right now.
He'll stick to making
on
music.
summer break.
He'll stick to making music. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yo, did you guys hear Shador Sanders' new song? Bust out my AP. Oh, it's so lit. It's so lit. Shador Sanders made a song. It's so fire.
Anything to say about Waller?
I mean, he was only good on the Raiders. Yeah. Nothing really here.
All right. Lastly, for the NFL, Sterling Shepard signs with the Bucks. Good luck, guys. Have fun. Thank you.
Sterling Shepard's your best receiver. What are you talking about?
Nah. Nah.
Listen, Andrew.
How many receptions did he have?
Yeah, more than everyone on your team. That. Oh my god. Listen, Andrew. He's your best target. I don't know what you're doing. That's on you.
He was our best during like second best. He was a great wide receiver too during like the OBJ era and stuff like that. But since then, last year, 10 receptions. He only played he played 15 games, but only 10 receptions. Year before that, he played 3. Year before that, he played 7, 12. He hasn't played a full season since 2018. That's an issue. And we were paying him a lot. So, go ahead. I'm sure he'll play better with the Bucks and with Baker Mayfield, with a much more capable quarterback than Daniel Jones. But yeah, I don't really care that much about him leaving. I just want to see Jalen Hyatt and Malik Neighbors out there.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yo, I'm looking at this Bleacher Report thing. Supposedly, PSG is having some crazy third kit next year.
What?
It's rumored. It's rumored. Look how crazy that is.
What is that? Wait, hold on.
Look at that. That's insane, right? Is that not crazy? Shit, that's actually kind of tough. They told me bust on my AP. Perfect time.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, PSG is gonna try to they need to save themselves.
No, they got to rebrand everything. I mean, come on. You bet.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mbappe
your
gone.
best player leaving. We'll talk about that later, I guess. I didn't even know I didn't put that in notes. But yeah.
Wait, didn't we do that last
No,
week?
but I think
Oh,
maybe it's official this week.
wait, I thought
Well, everyone knew he was going there, but
no.
like
Last
I
week
guess.
it was official. No, last week it was
Oh,
official.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that already happened, buddy. Um, I need to grab a computer charger. So introduce this and please start to explain your regrets for your comments last week.
All right, so yeah, we're done with the NFL. Thank God. Uh, so now we're in the NBA section. The NBA Finals obviously started, as everyone knows. I did not watch Game One. I had no desire to either way. So, Celtics do lead the series 1-0. As of recording, the game starts in about an hour. But yeah, so Game 2 starts in an hour. We obviously aren't going to have it updated for this week's episode, but we will talk about Game 2 come next episode. But yeah, my general thoughts about the series is, you know, do I think the Mavs have a chance in this? Hell yeah. I mean, we talk about the Celtics. They beat the Warriors in game one of their NBA final run in 22, sorry. And now they beat the Mavs in this series. There's no doubt in my mind the other team can come back. I mean, the Warriors did it. The Mavs can do it. The Mavs are a lot better than the Warriors, but I do think when it comes to winning, the clip I'm posting tonight about Kyrie being clutch, that's got to be a factor, and the other factor's got to be Derek Lively. You got to have Derek Lively show up big time. I know he dealt with an injury, but that's someone who I think got to show up immensely.
And I like your comparison to Game One, the Warriors Celtics series, because the Celtics showed out in that first game. They won by 12. Um, they looked. I mean, I don't remember too much of that game, but they
I was
looked.
asleep at camp, so I don't really remember
Yeah,
anything.
they,
But
they they looked fairly dominant in it. But you're right, they collapsed, and the Celtics are known for that, and that's why they haven't had a championship in the last. Yeah, it's been a long time, and there's a reason that it's been a long time. Um, yeah, Celtics don't know how to finish a series out, and they've collapsed before. But this year, this team is different. You have Jason Tatum playing the best he might in for a long time. He's playing amazing. You have this team all around is looking good. So
I think Derek White and Jaylen Brown are the saviors for this team. Jason Tatum always flukes in games like this. Yeah, he'll have a big shot here and there. But we saw it even in the last postseason, and even in the Warriors series. Even though I had no
but
electronic, I
here's the
wasn't
thing.
able to watch it. But
I
even
mean,
on the radio, I heard everything. Like he did not have a good series. Blah blah blah. I feel like some people have good series, some don't, and we've seen Jason Tatum collapse in series. So I think it comes down to the role players to make a huge impact in a series like this. And it's the same with the Mavs, though. I feel like
yeah, definitely. Or but you still think the Mavs are going to dominate the series after?
Yes, I said that in the beginning of the topic, man. I do think they will come back. You can't say no. Like
But they just they didn't show up, and Luca can't carry this team on his back. That's the main issue here. You have Luca dropping 30 and no one else getting above 15. That's not how you win games. Um, and then you see Celtics. I mean, obviously, Jaylen Brown is an amazing basketball player, dropping
yeah,
22.
he doesn't know how to use his left hand though. He doesn't know how
Great,
to left hand.
yeah. But then you have other guys showing up. You have Porzingis coming in and dropping 20 out of nowhere. That's an important thing to have because he wasn't even in the starting five. Um, you have to have that type of stuff going on with your team. And if the Mavs can't do that, if they can't have more than one all around player, and especially you got to have Kyrie playing well. If you can't have more than like one overall player, you're not going to win the finals. And they did not look dominant in that game. The only person that looked dominant was Luka, but he can't do it on his own. And we've
Yeah,
seen
that's. I
a
mean,
lot of,
it's got to be Kyrie there. Kyrie's got to show up big, you know.
and he hasn't. Uh, Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you get the point.
Yeah.
Very disappointing to see what the Mavs did in that first game. They could have played better. They should have played better. But Porzingis and Brown showed up, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if I still have Mavs. It's tough. I need to see tonight if
Hey,
if
I'll be
Luka
watching the game. I'll be watching the game. I'm excited.
if Luka drops a bunch, fine, great, good for him. But you gotta have Kyrie getting like you gotta have Kyrie playing well. Yeah, it's bad. You have all around team, which they don't have right now. And from the looks of that first game, I don't know if that's gonna show up in this NBA Finals. All right. So next, the Jazz have unveiled their new uniforms, and I haven't seen these yet. Actually, I like
The
to
retro
kinda
ones.
look at these things
The
live.
retro ones. Just think about it like that. Listen, bringing back the retro concept of the mountains, I like that a lot. But when we talk about the Jazz, the last couple of years of the uniforms horrendous. Especially their latest one was just I don't know what they were doing. So and I understand they're going through a lot with their rebrand with hockey. They like they're trying to switch up a lot of stuff around the area. I like that Utah is trying to be one of the better known cities for sports. And I think it's just another way of getting to know the city a lot more. With these uniform concepts that kind of resemble what they were as I guess a city and a team back then in the Jordan era. Well, even though they
But
lost, you know how good they were.
they only had the actual Jazz logo on one of these jerseys, which is interesting.
Let me double check.
Yeah, only on the Statement Edition jersey. All the other ones just say Utah in the same font across them. So, I don't know how I feel about these. The purple stands out a lot, and I like the blue accents. I mean, they're going for that like more retro theme.
I think the white ones are the best one.
Oh, definitely. Those ones look good, and I wouldn't mind the hockey team using this type of color scheme. The for the white jerseys, that the purple with
they're
the
gonna go baby
and
blue
the
though.
off white.
It's
And
gonna
like the gray.
listen. It's gonna be Yeti. It's gonna be Yeti. It's gonna be baby blue. It's gonna be white.
Definitely.
We already know that.
It's gonna look,
So
and it's gonna look so good.
yeah.
The black uniforms here don't do it. Like the mountains.
Nah. Chill out. I like the Jazz. I like that Jazz logo. It's not bad, but
the mountains don't fit on that one.
that's whatever.
And the purple's a lot on the first one. At least with the Icon edition, they have like kind of that same mountain like going on the shorts there, but just the all purple on that one isn't really great. Huh. I don't know. We'll see. Do you know like kind of what other people thought about it?
Nah, I mean no one's really been talking about it that much. I don't know if they're being released this upcoming season or the season
They're
after
for
that.
2025, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, it's still gonna be a while till many people talk about it, but yeah.
These are good though. These are much better than the last one. The black and yellow were the worst thing, like one of the worst uniforms to come out of in the last long time. So these are so much better.
Oh yeah.
If we're talking about improvement here, this is the biggest improvement I think any team has had with jerseys in years.
Nah, Charlotte, don't even compare it.
Oh, so ripping on Jordan again, huh?
Yeah. Listen, he's Michael. He's Jimmy Butler's dad. We all know that. I mean, it's kind of obvious. He's Anthony Edwards' dad as well. Have you seen the resemblance on them? It's just crazy. But I mean, that's where they get it from. That's where these boys get it from. Their father, Jimmy or Michael Jordan.
Yep. Yeah. So, NHL. All right. Go ahead.
Chill. Hold on. No. You missed something. Hold on.
I did.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Oh my God.
You just missed the biggest news of the week.
right.
Are you kidding me, Andrew?
Dan Hurley, the UConn coach, met with the Lakers, and they have offered him a spot to be their head coach.
I mean, you can state your opinion first, and then I'll go.
Listen, it's a good fit. I think it'll work. You got UConn going for the three-peat, maybe, and this would definitely throw a wrench in their plans. Is he going to do that to them? Is he going to pull a old Jimmy Harbaugh?
No, he won't.
I don't think he will.
Listen, Andrew,
They're
you
gonna
got to
offer
realize
him
something.
So much money, but he's not going to do it.
Listen, Andrew, you got to realize something. Listen, their assistant coach is very good. He can easily replace Dan Hurley, of course, but you got to think of something. The legacy he has built with this team. He has built a dynasty with this team. You know, you're not going to just throw it all away like that, and I get it. Not many coaches coming from NCAA to the NBA have had a lot of success. We know, and I, well, I mean, from what I've seen, not many of them have been very good. All right, so do I think Dan Hurley should take the job? No, I think he should stay in college. Kind of just, stay where you are right now and see in the next couple of years. Because what I know something is this won't work out because no college basketball coach has been able to figure it out in the last couple of years. That's just my opinion on it, though. I mean, I think he should just stay where he is. But yeah, what do you think, Andrew? I mean, you think he should really stay?
Yeah, he should stay where he is. He's in such a good position right now to solidify. Oh, what is happening to my camera? He is in such a good position right. I'm just gonna keep talking. He is in such a good position right now to solidify himself as one of the best. All right, there we go. As one of the best men's college basketball coaches in a long time. Three-peat would be insane. And a lot of his guys skipped out on the transfer portal to stay with him.
Yeah, I think that's a big issue, though.
That's an issue. So if he has any morality at all, he's going to stay. And he's going to coach this team back through March Madness.
But listen, I think this is gonna be a huge topic at camp, at least from what we've seen a lot this whole week. This is gonna be a topic to be talking. This is gonna be talking all summer. What's gonna happen? But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear something until August. To be honest with you.
Yeah, probably. It's gonna take him a while to figure this out, and the Lakers. I mean, I feel like the Lakers seem like an impatient bunch of people. So,
yeah.
I don't know how long this is going to last, really. Because the longer you go without a coach, the more your team falls apart. Especially in a crucial offseason for the Lakers here.
Oh, yeah, especially with LeBron and everything. Yeah, you gotta act fast and quick.
I mean, he's probably going to stay, but it doesn't really... That's besides the point. They need to have a coach ASAP. And I feel like if you're going to fire your coach, you should be ready to hire someone almost immediately. So, yeah. I just don't know if he's the answer. All right, sorry. Now it's NHL time. So you can go ahead, squeak the rat. Do you have it?
Let's go! Cats and four, baby. That's all I gotta say. I've said this a million times. Game 1 was electric. Bobby shutout. I mean, we haven't seen that in a minute. He's my Lord and Savior. I love that man. I will die for Bobby. I just love him. I can't express how much I love him, man. I just really can't. Shush. Good luck for that rat.
He actually, he is insane. He's an insane goalie. And this team is so well-rounded. This team
Listen, they want it. It's the revenge tour, baby. I've said
And
this a
also,
million times. They want it. They want it.
and also it's the Oilers. So
Connor McDavid. Who else you got? Yo, Skinner, Skimmer. I don't know. I don't know who the hell that goalie is. Listen, this is why they were a mediocre team back then. If you're gonna let goals, fly by, especially that first goal, Carter Verhaeghe just chipped it in 2 seconds, just like that. I don't understand. I don't understand how. And listen, I can't save that. But if you can't save it as a professional goalie, listen, you knew the break off was gonna happen. You knew they were gonna pass it in, man.
So
for my tactics in FIFA, I always pass it in. That's just how I work. But
I just want to mention some of these, just the classic ESPN stats on the post game. Shots. Edmonton took 32 shots. How many of those went in? 0. The Panthers took 18. How many of those went in? 3. That's a big difference there. And that just shows how good of a goalie he is and how good of a goalie you need to play that well in the NHL finals. And then you have hits. Edmonton 32 hits. Florida had 57 hits. Defense. You got to have defense. And that's what. And although it's impressive to have a shutout like that in the first game of the NHL finals, the Stanley Cup finals, the defense was so good. You're scoring 3 goals, but then you have almost 60 hits and you gave up 0 goals. Face-offs, 60% of the face-offs. This team is so good. Defensively and offensively. Once the defense shuts it down, you're screwed. So good.
Nah, but all I gotta say is, again, Cats and 4.
The Cats.
Nothing else.
Yeah. So, let's see. All right. That's the NHL. So, WNBA, actually. It's all Caitlin Clark. All right. First of all, I want to start with the second one here. She's not on the women's national team.
I don't understand why people are making such a big deal about this. She's a rookie. For God's sake, she doesn't deserve either way to be on the U.S. national team. I don't know what these people are saying. No, listen, Andrew, she's a rookie.
Yeah, I don't.
She hasn't proven it yet. Look how listen. Maybe Indiana. She's been doing okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say that she's been doing bad, but Indiana at least has not been showing well. She should focus on her time in Indiana rather than the national team. Currently, right now, I'm talking about right now, as of June 9th, she should be, practicing and trying to get chemistry with her teammates, not USWNT.
Yep. All right, you got the first one.
All right, man. So we all know what's going on with the Kennedy Carter and the Caitlin Clark feud. But I just want to touch on it. I mean, wait, what's your opinion on it? And do you think, Kennedy Carter or Caitlin Clark deserves any of this hate as a rookie? Listen, I get it. She's getting, came at. Like, it's crazy. Like, she's dealing with a lot of stuff. And I think I heard something like Magic Johnson. It was the same way. He had to deal with all this stuff coming to the NBA. But it's definitely different. I mean, Kennedy Carter and the Chicago Sky were not joking around this game. I mean, and even if I'm Aaliyah Boston, did you see how she just walked past the girl who just shoved her teammate into the floor? Just horrible sportsmanship. Yeah. I would have went up in there and started yelling at that.
It's so bad.
I don't know.
Also, but I like that. I don't think there's any. Listen, Caitlin Clark said, "It's a sport. It's competitive." Great. That ends it. I don't. You're in the heat of the moment. You're playing the sport, and you're playing it well. Great. Obviously, it's a foul. Play the game well. Play the game smartly. just not. It's clearly not the thing to do, but it's not that big of a deal. And I think that's being turned into something more than it should.
Yeah.
All right, next up is college baseball, super regionals and quarterfinals. So, University of Tennessee versus Evansville. Wow.
I don't even know how Evansville won that one game, but listen, against Tennessee, it's gonna be a hard game, hard fought game. But I wouldn't be surprised Tennessee comes out here and wins the whole thing. Let's just hope Evansville doesn't beat them, because for right now, that's all I gotta say. Watch out, Tennessee.
Evansville is one of these like teams that that just comes out of nowhere. And I mean, they have an amazing baseball program.
I can't say anything. I've never heard of this team. I don't know
right,
what Evansville
right now they have
is.
an amazing baseball program. But Tennessee has been historically good at baseball. They got to step up here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And then UConn versus FSU. So, listen, you hate FSU, right?
Yep.
You hate FSU, right? Say it louder.
See, I want to say a word, but I'm not allowed to say it. Obviously, I don't want to say explicit words, but you know what I would like to say about the FSU right now. You know what I want to say. Shh.
Yeah.
Come on. I hate FSU, man.
But
you know I had to put this hat on.
Here, I want to shout out James Tibbs III. This guy is insane. Did you see his stats from that game?
Yeah, 3 home runs.
3 home runs, 5 hits. Jeez. Like, that's insane.
I don't like to say anything about FSU good, but yeah, that was definitely a good game. But watch out for UF; they don't want to face us.
And it looks like he had 3. Where is what is? No. Has he ever done that before? I don't think he's done that before in his entire career.
Definitely not.
Or even at like a 3 homer game, he hasn't done that either in his entire career. That's crazy. Yeah, FSU is good. FSU is really good this year, and yeah, I think they're going places. But do you have a favorite to win the tourney?
UF. I don't know what that question is.
Okay.
Jack Calhoun. Oh my god.
Of course, he is so
Fire me up.
Yeah. Wait, let's just keep going through these. Let's see. So, KSU versus Virginia. So Virginia wins, and they're gonna play UNC, who won against West Virginia. Yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna claim that I watched a lot of these games. I checked in on the Evansville game the other day because that was just kind of weird, and I got a notification about it. Kentucky versus Oregon. It's 1-0 Kentucky, and then NC State versus UGA. It's 1-0 NC State. Yeah, but all right. Last regional, Clemson versus UF. 1-0 UF. Florida is so good.
It's more like it's Jack Calhoun that's really carrying us.
Well, yeah. They're so good. And Oregon versus Texas A&M. It is 1-0 Texas A&M. So, yeah, that's just kind of an update on the state of the college baseball World Series. It's cool. It's cool. All right. MLB. Yeah. Oh, I just looked at. So he's gone. I just looked at the MLB notes for the first time, and I don't like what you're gonna make me talk about later here. But first, London Stadium, the West Ham Stadium hosted the Mets and Phillies in the London. Oh, wait, you said that. Yeah. So London hosted the Mets and Phillies in the London Stadium for a 2-game series, which they split 1-1. First game, dominant Phillies. Mets are awful. So bad. It's not even close. And then the Phillies choked the second game. So the thing I want to point out about this series, one, I love Bryce Harper's soccer celebration after he hit his home run in the first game. That was cool. And second, they were selling, and the Yankees did this with the Dodgers this week. They were selling shirts that had the Mets logo next to the Phillies logo and split caps and stuff. And they did that with the Yankees with Ohtani and Judge this week too. They had Judge and Ohtani on one shirt or whatever, or like a Dodgers and Yankees logo. Not okay. None of this is okay. Stop trying to make money.
That is okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Like you said a couple weeks ago, Andrew, the two most historic logos in maybe all of sports should be put on one cap. I've seen that happen before. It's not really a big deal, but for it to be the Mets and the Phillies,
but here's the big question: is a Phillies fan gonna wear a shirt with the Mets logo on it if it's not like a World Series shirt or something? What?
Of course not.
Exactly. So why are they selling it? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? All right. I'm going to just rant about this next one because I'm mad. But, I mean, I'm a little more optimistic about today. All right. So, Juan Soto came out of the game I was at during the rain delay against the Twins, complaining of, I think, left forearm discomfort. Juan Soto has obviously been our best player this year. He's played well with Judge. He's had Volpe before him to get on base, and Soto can just drive him in every at-bat, basically. And we learned that he's been dealing with this for the last couple days and that he probably won't need injured list. He went to the doctor. He said he was all good. He'll be ready this week for the Dodgers. He has not started any of these 3 games. He looked like he was ready to pinch hit. Friday night, did not. Just did not show up in a uniform Saturday night. And Sunday night, today, they said that he might be ready to pinch hit today. The Yankees cannot perform without Juan Soto. This is the most, these last 2 years, this is the most reliant team on a single player I've ever seen. You can't have Aaron Judge last year, especially. He gets hurt, whole team goes downhill, we don't even make the playoffs. This year, Juan Soto's out for 3 days maybe, and we get blown out by the Dodgers last night. We just can't hit against the Dodgers Friday night, and I don't even know what's going on right now. Our pitching's been lights out. Great. Beautiful. We cannot hit without Juan Soto in this lineup. Volpe can get on base. There's no one to follow it up because Judge is trying to get on base once the inning is over. Rizzo's been atrocious, pop up to in foul territory every at bat. DJ LeMahieu hasn't been himself for the last 3 years. It's awful. We need runs. We need hitting. And Juan Soto was the answer to that. He had power and the contact that the Yankees lineup needed. And if we can't perform without Juan Soto, we're not going to the playoffs this year. Juan Soto, take your time this week. We'll get swept for the first time this year, potentially, in the Dodgers series. But I'd rather you come back, get back in this lineup so that the Yankees can be the Yankees again. Because it's been awful. This weekend has been awful. So bad. And we need to be able to perform without Juan Soto in the lineup. It's as simple as that. We can't be relying on this guy for the Yankees.
Would you like me to introduce the next one? So you can
No.
So you can. Oh, all right.
No. Well, I kind of already basically just talked about this. Is this a World Series matchup?
Nah, with how the Yankees are playing.
Well, I'm just not going to comment because I'm not going to jinx anything or say anything. So, you know what? You could talk if you want. You could say what you want.
It's funny that my team wins a championship in 4 years.
Well, the Marlins?
No, I'm just saying, one of my favorite teams is winning a championship on the podcast for 4 years.
Oh,
Panthers are winning for 4 years.
You're right. Maybe.
We didn't touch the cups or anything. We didn't touch any trophies. We're good.
I just need the Yankees to play well. This podcast has been awful for me for the past 8 months or however long it's been. None of my teams have been good. None of my teams have been good. All right. Top MLB prospect Drew Thorpe is making his debut for the White Sox on Tuesday versus the Mariners because they need it. White Sox have been atrocious.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised he leaves sooner than later.
14-game losing streak. He'll get traded within the month. All right. He'll be gone by the deadline. And now, I don't know why you put this in here because this seems too obvious. Did you say makers or fakers Yankees? Once Juan Soto's back in the lineup, we're gonna be back to being the best team in baseball. We still are the best team in baseball.
Listen. As much as I am a Yankees fan,
look at the standings.
You really gotta pay. Listen, Andrew, your only player is Juan Soto. You can't do anything with just Judge.
Have you seen our pitching?
We saw how it ended.
I want to talk about our pitching. I'm talking about our pitching.
Man.
We're talking about our pitching.
Come on.
Luis Gil.
And was I right that Garrett Cole gave up many runs in the minor league game? How well did he do?
First game, 3.5 innings, 5 strikeouts, 2 hits. Second game,
not good enough.
Second game, 4.5 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 4 strikeouts. That's so good. And then you have Luis Gil, who's going to be Rookie of the Year, like 1.1 ERA or something. You have, Clark Schmidt got hurt, but then you have Cody Petit coming up and just not giving up a single run against the Dodgers, which is insane. It's not an issue. We just need Juan Soto back in the lineup. If we don't have Juan Soto back in the lineup, fine, we're not making the postseason, if that's what you want to think. And that's what some Yankee fans might think. I think we're going to be fine. All right. Football. Euros. The 2024 Euros are about to be underway. I'm not going to go ahead with a pick to win, but I know who you are going to pick to win, judging by your outfit swap.
Listen, Andrew, I would have, of course, taken my national team. I love Italy. I'm Italian. Well, poor 40%, but anyway. Listen. No, it's just a joke people make fun of me for. Whatever. So listen, I would love to take Italy in this. They're the defending champs. You don't have Chiellini or Bonucci anymore. Your 2 best players that were, basically the heart and soul of this team. Many people have left. Many people have retired. It's really only Donnarumma, and Chiesa is not even very good anymore. So you know what? France, all the way. Allez le bleu, allez le bleu. Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say, didn't Italy not even make the World Cup?
They didn't make the World Cup. Yeah, no,
I'm not claiming to know a lot about international soccer.
I do, so, ask me. Listen, all I got to say is, for my pick, I'm going to take France. But, I can obviously go into depth about it. We see their lineup, and, I'm amazed. I'm probably going to post my bracket eventually. But, listen, what I basically was thinking, and I'll say my bracket out loud right now. Let me just try to find it. All right, so look. For the people that I think are really going to make it to the round of 8, round of 8, I have Spain, Germany, Portugal, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, and England, Croatia. Excuse me. So, those 8 teams are, probably the best teams in the national play currently. And if we're really talking, I think Germany, Netherlands, and France are the best teams in this tournament. So I think either of those 3 teams win. But What are we doing? Just no. Listen. But when we talk about lineups, though, Andrew, have you seen any of these lineups? France has the best lineup. It's crazy. Dante's back. They look ready to go. Just chemistry, I think, is the issue. And if it's not France, man, it's probably going to be Netherlands. Netherlands has a phenomenal team. Remember when they beat USA just a couple years ago? They looked really, really strong, but they played Argentina. And listen, they were good, but you know how it ended.
See, so. But I want to, and this is not biased at all, I want to shout out the England midfielders. You got Trent Alexander-Arnold. You got Jude Bellingham. You got Conor Gallagher, which, by the way, crazy. Forwards, you got Phil Foden. Uh, great. You got Harry Kane. This team, and of course England powerhouse for.
Listen, as much as I love Italy, I'm gonna come back as an Italy fan right now. They lost to I don't know. Are you glazing England, or you just think they're one of the better teams? Because
I just
listen,
think they're one of the better teams.
England sucks in national play. I mean, we know this. Harry Kane is an old head, should probably retire. Jude Bellingham is just really good in club play. I mean, Saka missed that. He's known for missing that one penalty against Italy. I mean, do I really have to say anything else? Do I really have to say anything else? Like your team, or if you're supposedly rooting for England, or what are you?
No, I'm not. I'm just picking them to win.
Okay, all right. Well, I just think when we take a look at it from a chemistry standpoint, France obviously has an issue with that, but England, I don't even know if they even talk to one another. So if I had to pick, I'm picking France. I don't know what you're doing picking Italy.
Oh yeah,
Or,
I think the worst thing about the English team is that they all hate each other. They all play for like their rivals because most of them are in the Prem basically. So that's not great. All right, fast facts, real quick. They're supposed to be fast. End off the episode. NHL broadcasted the first ever broadcast designed for the deaf. During Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It's really cool. I hope other leagues follow this up, and it's cool to see them taking initiative. So congrats to the NHL for that. Florida high school athletes for the first time are eligible for NIL during the 2024-2025 school year. What are we doing?
You know what I'm going to be doing freshman year. You know where I will be
What are we
making
doing?
money. I mean, come on, Andrew.
My.
Listen, I'll be having more money in freshman year than you will be having your whole life.
It's high school sports.
I'm gonna go crazy if I can
play flag football. All right.
Yeah, but listen, I can easily make it to tackle. It's not that hard. Chill out. Chill out. It's really not. Andrew.
Nah, I know.
Do you really have to have this discussion, man? Do we really have this discussion?
But are you being recruited right? Are you being recruited?
I can beat you in. Hold on. I think I can easily beat you in Oklahoma drill. I mean.
Oh, definitely. But are you saying you're being recruited right now to play?
No. I'm not being recruited. I'm just saying, like, if I just randomly join the team and I have some sort of someone I can get a little bit of money. It's not that hard. That cash.
All right. So this is a really cool story. I don't follow a ton of cricket, but some of my friends do, and I was very proud to be an American during this. So the USA beat Pakistan in the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup after winning in the Super Over by 5 runs. If you don't know, the Super Over is basically like overtime, like one shot elimination, like blah 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 blah. This might be the biggest upset, I think, probably. I don't know a lot about cricket. This has got to be one of the biggest upsets in a long time. It's the U.S.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying in U.S. history or just in
cricket?
This was in cricket. Okay, good. If you were saying U.S. history, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Miracle on Ice is cooler.
Oh my! Of course it is. Huh?
But I just think that this is a really cool thing that happened, and ready to dominate every sport, right?
I mean, yeah, but
the NHL. I don't know if you saw the NHL next year is doing their country clash, like with the 4 countries, which I'm really excited to see.
USA.
Yeah. And lastly, the final fast fact: Messi reveals a new hydration drink called. How does he want this pronounced?
Mas Plus.
Mas.
I do not know how to say. Okay.
Well, I just don't know. I'm not trying to be like.
Which means more, by the way.
More plus. That is literally just Prime, but Messi.
I think it's a smart marketing move if you think about it, because it's gonna get more attention, and I get
it. The bottles actually? Oh my! Wait.
Yeah. Listen, but Andrew, you think about something. No, listen, Andrew. Listen. It's true though. It's a great marketing idea if you think about it, because Messi doesn't really have to build a brand off of this. He already has his brand. He built it off. Just to be
clear, we don't have the Ballon d'Or. We have the Orange d'Or. We have Miami Punch instead of Tropical Punch.
I will be drinking that.
Berry Copa Crush. And Limon Lime League instead of La Liga. I mean, props to the branding on this.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot cooler than Prime, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
still, I don't know.
You're gonna be getting some of this?
If I can find it. I think this is gonna be a lot harder than find than Prime, but now we'll figure out a thing.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for the 44th episode of the Sports Coverage Podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm alongside my co-host Vince. If you like the episode here on YouTube and like and subscribe, would be greatly appreciated. Audio only on Spotify, and announcements and special clips on the Instagram. Thank you everyone so much for listening.
In-person episode. Let's go.
See you in person next week.